come to destroy me, Obi Wan.
I will do what I must.
Hey y'all, yeah, we still here. Life, and yeah, we're gonna check it up to life. Busy work schedules and life. But we are back. We are back here to talk some Obi Wan Kenobi here on the Third Generation Wrestling Podcast, 3GW, Real Big E, Rob the Ambassador. How's it going, man? I know it's been probably a couple weeks since we've been on here, but
yeah, man. Was it Hell in the Cell? Was that the last show?
Yep.
Wow, yeah. So it's been a little bit, like you said, man. Life gets busy, especially for you, man. You know, you have a job that's very demanding, and yeah, man, you got to do what you got to do to pay them bills.
Mm-hmm. They damn sure don't pay themselves.
No, I wish.
Yeah, I do too. I wish I get the lottery. But like I said, we're here to talk Star Wars yet again. The Obi Wan Kenobi series, episodes 4, 5, and 6. This review will be a little different than the one we did before because, as we just said before we came on here, the episodes were a little different. Like the consensus is nobody liked 4. 5, it got better, and obviously, I don't know anybody that didn't like the finale. So
Finale was nice.
So here's my thing. I hate to start off negative, but the one thing that I kept thinking about when I was watching episodes 5 and 6, especially, it's like when it comes to tension and building up to something, it's a little hard to do that when we know where this story goes, because this is all happening in between movies. We know what happens later on. So it's like you really got to suspend like all that and have tunnel vision, be in the moment of what's going on now. It's interesting, and I like that this show focused more on Leia than Luke. We did get Luke eventually, and they didn't give us too much of him, but I thought that it made sense because I think they needed to explain why in A New Hope that Leia had that relationship with Obi-Wan to call upon him for help. So I think that helped bridge that gap a little bit. So I don't know if you can remember episode 4, but I know a lot of people had gripes with. There was one glaringly obvious gripe, and I had to admit that I was kind of like, "Oh, bullshit!" Okay, all these Imperial officers dressed to the nine, not a wrinkle in their suits, and Obi-Wan out here with a beard and somebody attached to his hip just walking by, and nobody see this shit. Come on now. That was like the most, like, I was like, that's not nitpicky. I was like, that's just bad.
Yeah, episode 4, that was a couple of weeks ago, but I remember just not being impressed with that episode at all. I didn't think it was a terrible episode, but what you just spoke about, yeah, I mean, I don't care how many Jedi mind tricks Obi-Wan has. I mean, come on, that just wasn't believable. Yeah, I can suspend my disbelief only so far, and that come on now.
It was an episode of tropes, like and then when they got discovered immediately, there's that tension for a second, and then the rebels swoop in and save the day like they always do. It's like, yeah, okay, all right, and okay, enough of that. Episode 5 got a lot better. This is kind of where we get the reveal of who Reva is and why she has this passion, this hatred, and why she's so on a mission to get to Obi-Wan. At least that's what we thought. Then we come to find out that youngling at the beginning of episode 1 was her. she had to watch all her friends get killed, her family get killed, and she's been trying to get to Vader. Well, while I thought that could have been done a little bit better, I still did enjoy her back and forth with Obi Wan. I thought that was good. Them talking at the door,
Yep.
Even though it was like you talking kind of loud, stormtroopers might be able to hear you.
Yeah, that was a detail I could kind of let slide, but like you, I did notice they were talking kind of loud, but that's a detail I could let slide.
I liked but to me the best line in that episode was when Obi Wan is pretending he's captured, and he's like, "You're not bringing him to me. I'm bringing him to you."
To you, yep.
That was awesome, and I like that episode really, really showed how powerful Vader really is and was. It's like Qui-Gon Jinn said he's probably the most powerful Jedi. He's gonna be the most powerful ever, and they showed it in this episode. No better use than him grabbing that ship with no problem.
Oh man,
God damn. Yeah. And I had to go back and watch. They did a little sleight of hand. There was a second ship behind, and everybody got away. It is what it is. And somebody pointed this out in another video. I think it was Jeremy Johns. Shout out to Jeremy Johns on YouTube. That they do this thing in Star Wars where they sneak up from behind somebody with a lightsaber and ignite it right before they're gonna strike it. And he said, "Why not poke them in the back and then ignite it?"
Well, of course, then it wouldn't be as interesting to watch, right? Yeah,
And Vader points out that, "Yeah, I knew who you were this whole time. I put 2 and 2 together. I'm not stupid. And you think I can't sense you behind me? I just grabbed that giant ass ship. I see you." Mm-hmm. And I really liked that he was like, "Okay, you want to do this? You want to go? Here, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Try it. Do your best." And he's barely fighting her. He's just parrying and ducking and that. I mean, that was awesome. Just showing that you have no chance against me, 0. And he's just using the Force. And some people say it's weak, or why does Vader not go for the death blow? But I think sometimes stabbing you and just leaving you just alive enough and to live in that pain is worse than death.
Yeah. I don't know. I actually thought he was gonna, kill Reva. I actually thought, she's not, we don't see her in any of the movies, so that's a character maybe that would be expendable. But I guess they want to keep her around for a little while. But I actually thought that he might go ahead and get rid of her because, like I said, we know we don't see her later on.
Yeah, I thought they were going to do a callback to Revenge of the Sith. Remember, Anakin had 2 lightsabers, and he cut off Count Dooku's head. I thought he was about to decapitate her. I was like, oh,
right,
we really about to get in some deep Vader shit now. Okay,
yeah.
Okay, but they didn't do it. And then, of course, the real Grand Inquisitor came back. They really make Qui-Gon Jinn like a bitch, okay? Because he's the only one in Star Wars history to get stabbed with a lightsaber and die. Everybody else, hell, Darth Maul got cut in half. And he came back.
I never really thought of that, man. But yeah, that is true. That is true.
Like, damn, man. Okay. And then, okay.
But later in Obi-Wan, when Darth Vader struck him down, it was just like a swipe with the lightsaber, and then there goes Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess he's just...
Like I said, man, sometimes, look, I see people's points, but some shit you just gotta, just for the sake of enjoyment, you just gotta let it go.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to cover every detail and make everything fall right into place perfectly. So like I said, once again, I'll let some shit go.
I still had fun with episode 5. Don't get me wrong. I thought Vader catching that ship was awesome. The way he did it, the way he was toying with Reva. They made Vader just so intense and you just feel the anger coming off of him, even with a helmet on, no facial expression, anything. You just feel it. They do excellent camera work when he's ever on the shots on him. The camera work is great. Just give you that just anger.
Yep.
And then of course the finale, episode 6. They had to come to blows again. It was bound to happen, and I'm glad they didn't waste any time giving it to us. They didn't BS. They pretty much 5-10 minutes in, they give you the fight, and they should have. And I thought it was done well. We had round 1 with Vader, who got the W, and then Obi Wan had to kind of snap out of it and like, look, I can't take it easy on you no more, okay? Even though he knows last time I went aggressive, I cut all your limbs off and left you to die. So he was trying not to do that, but he just had to, you know what, I can't, it's him or me. So let's go. And when he finally got his full focus and those boulders, not rocks, those are boulders, flinging at Darth Vader and knocking him side his head, I said, oh, he's still the master.
Yeah.
He's still the master. He's still the apprentice. You're still learning.
That was a nice lightsaber battle between those two. I really enjoyed that scene.
Yeah. And man, I really was like into it. Like every blow I'm watching for what's gonna happen. And that first shot with the barrel of the lightsaber to his chest plate, I was like, oh, and then you start hearing him wheeze.
Yep.
And then he just keeps throwing boulders at me. He finally takes that last strike and swipes that helmet.
The helmet, yeah, and then you can see
Yeah,
part of his face, and then the voice. It's part Darth, part Anakin when he's talking. I mean, man, that was all done so well.
I am not your failure,
Obi-Wan.
You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did.
that was genius. They needed to, because I think at least for me, like I know, like going back and watching New Hope and the old series, like I know that's Anakin under there, but when you had the two separate series of movies, you're telling yourself it, but you really don't have that link to it. Now you do.
Mm-hmm.
This was done so well. Like they ain't have to cut off the whole method. You just give you this. You can see they show you just enough. You can see he's talking through, a mouthpiece. That's how he's breathing. And like you just said, splicing James Earl Jones and Hayden Christensen's voice, genius. I mean, just genius. And
Obi-Wan got his first look at Anakin's face. He hadn't seen Anakin's face up to this point.
Right. 10 years and you burned me up. And he's like, nah, it's real. Like, damn, that really is you.
Yeah, and he can see how messed up he is too,
Yeah. And he's just like, I'm sorry. I hate that things turn out this way. And this was brilliant to me also. Like Darth Vader saying, you didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did.
Mm-hmm.
And it's true. He was Darth Vader before he had the suit. He was already Darth Vader. He was killing younglings. He was killing Samuel Jackson. He was already. But that, and then for Obi-Wan to go, wow, my friend really is dead. And he called him Darth before he walked off. Because he accepted that all that guilt, 10 years of guilt gone. And I thought that was just great execution because I think they had to have that conversation. Like all this fighting is, we get why y'all fighting. We get why Darth Vader wants to fight you. Y'all gotta have some kind of dialogue. And I thought this was great.
Yep.
And also after that, they show Vader when he's rehabilitated again, got a new suit on, I guess, talking to the Emperor. And
Darth Sidious.
Darth Sidious, and he's like, "Are you so wrapped up in anger that you're getting lost here? Like, you still tripping on some shit 10 years ago? Like,
Yeah.
it's been 10 years. Let it go.
Yep.
Your legs and arms ain't coming back. Padme been dead. You know, it is what it is." And then he just had to drop it. I also liked that they gave Leia, Obi-Wan had that conversation with Leia to explain, like, I'm not going to tell you who your parents are, especially your daddy.
Right.
I'm not going to tell you who they are, but I'm going to tell you all the positive things that they gave you, all the good things that they gave you. You know, your mother gave you your wisdom and your sound mind, all your strength and your impulsiveness from your father. Like, all that was great too. So, and then I said it last video. I said, we're going to get him. It was very, very, very brief, but we did finally get the return of Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yep.
The Force Ghost. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the way it ended, it makes it look like we'll see more of him in the second season.
That's my final gripe. And I go back to what I said earlier. We know what happens. We know how this goes. I mean, like, Vader has already said, okay, I'm done with that. I'm done chasing him. It is what it is. You could do a Vader spinoff and show him, you know, his rise to power, show him, you know, doing stuff. But I don't know how you continue Obi-Wan. I don't know. I really don't.
How you continue Obi-Wan's story?
Huh?
How you continue Obi-Wan's story?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they kind of wrapped it up nice and neat.
Oh.
They explained, they gave us the relation, you know, they had the face-to-face with him and Vader. They had, you know, he can now talk to Qui-Gon, you know, he had that conversation with Leia. I feel like this is a perfect segue into, I don't know what comes first, Rogue One or A New
Solo?
Hope.
Oh, Rogue One comes first.
Yeah, but I mean, like, in this timeline, because in Rogue One, Vader's already Vader. So I don't know if this was where this falls in with that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming if Obi Wan Kenobi the series, if it's successful, and I'm assuming that it is, that they're going to find stories to continue it. Now, maybe we won't see as much Vader. Maybe we'll somehow just see him. I don't know. Maybe we'll see him more with Luke. We didn't see him with Luke a lot.
I know what they could do. Not Vader. Obi-Wan has another adversary that they could bring back. They brought him back in the Clone Wars, and they had a feud in the Clone Wars. So I could see them doing it there. Okay, I'll take that.
There's more they could do.
I tell you what, though, between Obi-Wan and the Mandalorian, Boba Fett looking in the corner like, God damn, y'all did me wrong.
I was done after episode 1 of Book of Boba Fett. I was out. I did not enjoy that. And I don't know, man. I just didn't think Boba Fett's a good character, but look, man, we saw him die, and I know it's sci-fi, and I'm the first one to talk about suspend your disbelief, but dude, we saw how you died in Return of the Jedi. Yeah. I just, come on, man. I just find it hard to believe that, easy to believe you come back from that, but
yeah.
And then the show just wasn't good. I mean, I could have bought it if the show would have been good. I would have let that go, but it just wasn't good.
No, there was 2 episodes. He wasn't even in it.
And it's his show. Boba Fett without Boba Fett.
Yeah, because they brought the Mandalorian in. Those were the best episodes. If you want to see some good shit, and you miss Mandalorian, watch episode 4 and 5. And they show Boba Fett for 2 seconds in episode 5. He doesn't even speak. It felt like it was almost like they shot these episodes as they released them and got the feedback from people. It was like, don't say nothing. Yeah. The Boba Fett series did not turn out well.
Right. Now, another thing about episode 6, we didn't talk about the whole chase of Reva trying to get to Uncle Owen, Aunt Beru, and Luke. But that goes back to a point you made about, look, obviously we know she doesn't catch them or do any harm to them. I still thought the scenes were effective and done well, but yeah, obviously we know Luke and Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen are all in episode 4, so it wasn't, I wasn't too panicked about it.
Yeah. And again, they're really, really, I think even more than episode 5, she stabbed and all she has is like some bandage around her midsection. How did you get the Tatooine? They left your ass on that planet. I'm pretty sure they were like, hey, make sure you leave a shuttle for her so she can go where she needs to go.
Right.
But again, let it go.
Yeah, like I said, man, look, man, are there some plot holes? Are there things you can? Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, I noticed them too. I mean, and there are some Star Wars people far more who see far more than I do. But man, the stuff I see, none of it is so egregious. I guess I'll just say this: looking at the overall package, all right, the 6 episodes as a whole, I thought I enjoyed it, and if there is a season 2, and I'm assuming there will be, I'll be watching.
Okay, so that leads me to my question of the year. What would you grade on a on letter grade scale?
Letter grade, okay.
What are you grading the Obi Wan Kenobi series?
All right, I'm gonna go a strong B, and B plus wouldn't be out of line, but I'm gonna go a strong B on it because, like we talked about, some of the plot holes. But I do think for the most part it's done well, and it's hard with the Star Wars universe because you have such a passionate fan base, but you also have a new audience that you're trying to get engaged into the franchise. That's a tight rope to walk. But I think they're doing it well so far. I think 6 episodes is perfect. I think if you try to drag it out to too many episodes per season, it's gonna go bad. But 5, 6 tight episodes, I'm good, and I give it a solid B.
And before I go, do you think, 'cause I heard a lot of people say this, that they thought it would have been better suited if this was a movie? Would you have preferred it as a movie, or do you think you'd rather have it broken up like this in a series?
I prefer it as a series, even though I enjoyed it. I don't, this isn't an Obi Wan movie. I mean, look, I'm a Star Wars fan. I go to the theater and I go see it, but I just, to me, look, a Han Solo movie, Han's one of my favorite characters. Of course, I couldn't wait to see that. An Obi Wan movie, Obi-Wan, I don't know how people feel. He's never really been one of my favorite characters in the series. So I wouldn't be too I mean, I'd be jacked to see a Darth Maul movie before I would an Obi-Wan movie. But no, I think a series, I think a series is fine for Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I agree. And I'd even say that for another movie that just came out that we haven't reviewed yet, Jurassic World Dominion. I thought walking out, I was like, that could have used a series instead of just a movie. Oh. And I don't want to say too much. I don't know if you've seen it yet or not, but
I tried to get to it this weekend, but I did a little drive and make a little.
Right. Yeah. So I just think that one would have been better suited. I think this series as well was fine. It gave me something to look forward to, actually, week to week. And I am going to agree with you, but I am going to go just a tad bit above. I'm going to give it a B plus. I think. Okay.
I ain't mad about it.
I think it was, especially coming off of, I watched all of Boba Fett, and coming off of that, it just left a lot to be desired. I thought the first 2 episodes were good. Obviously, the episodes with the Mandalorian were good, but this isn't the Mandalorian. This is the Boba Fett show. So, yeah. This, however, gave me a lot. I liked the first episode. It was a slow burn. A lot of people bored. I was not bored. I loved it. I thought it was great.
I wasn't either.
We got introduced to Reva. I can't get over how you say that name.
Yeah. I hope the furor over her. I haven't heard much about it. I'm hoping people have calmed down about that and they can just enjoy the show for what it is and get over that silly stuff. It's come on.
The way they built the Vader, but also didn't waste time giving them to us either. Like that first shot of him in the back of the tank, eyes open.
Man. I tell you what, that was my worry about this series is that, okay, they know we want to see Darth Vader. That's what we're tuning in for. And I thought they were going to make us wait till episode 4 or 5, maybe even the last episode to give us Darth. But no, man, we got Darth right away. And that was great for me.
I think they may have learned. I don't know if you watched the Hawkeye series, which I thought was actually pretty good. Surprisingly.
Okay.
It was because they had the right tone. They didn't take it serious. They knew that him being paired with I can't think of her name right now, that they couldn't go super serious, but I think they handled it well. And the only problem was the main villain didn't come until the last episode. And they had to squeeze all that into the last show. So it was like, hey, y'all should have introduced him a little sooner. So I was glad, like you said, that they did that here. Teased him first. We saw the way better done suit up than when he first got his limbs cut off. And he was just like Michael Myers throughout this whole series. He was fantastic. They did him fantastic.
I mean, he was jacking up kids, breaking people's neck and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, this was vicious. This is maybe the most vicious Darth Vader we've seen.
Yeah, because he's still young, so he's just angry.
Yeah, man.
At the beginning, Leia got on my nerves, but these last 3 episodes, I feel like they changed her writing because she wasn't being a brat anymore. She kind of had to mature a little bit. Shout out to O'Shea Jackson Jr., who was in this as well. I thought he did a great job. Really expanding his range. Brother can put them donuts down though a little bit. Goddamn,
man,
blew up a little bit.
Hey, didn't hurt his dad too much. His dad's got, ain't the most felt dude either. But O'Shea, man, he does look like he's packing on maybe
a little too much weight.
he was a little rounder than his dad, I do gotta say.
Yeah. His dad got in shape a few times for some movies now.
Yeah.
I had fun with the show though. I will definitely rewatch more than one of these episodes. So yes, B+ for me, and I look forward to whatever else Star Wars universe had in store. From what I've heard, Taika Waititi is writing the next film series, and it will have absolutely nothing to do with the Skywalkers. Period. There's nothing to do with Vader, nothing to do with any of this stuff. It's going to be all new characters, everything done different. So,
look, as much as I love the Skywalker series, I do think you have to move on. You just can't hang on to that story forever and ever. And I think that's a smart move. And you look, for those of us like me who love the Skywalker series, we have the Obi Wan series, and so probably other story. Well, I've heard that they're actually doing a Cassian Andor series.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
They there's a trailer. You can check it out.
Oh, okay. I haven't checked it out yet. So I'll do that.
What's his name from Rogue One is in it? Diego Luna.
Well, yeah, he plays Cassian.
Yeah.
That he's Cassian. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that should be. It'd be interesting to see more of Cassian. I wonder they have damn, I don't know the name of the droid. K2SO.
Oh, okay.
If he comes back, I would love it because he was great.
And that's going to be interesting because you're kind of messing with the timeline. I mean, that's somewhere in between Solo and somewhere before episode 4. I mean, we're kind of messing with the time, kind of the same timeline as Obi-Wan somewhere, kind of.
Yeah, they're squeezing a lot of shit in between.
Yeah. You just. I mean, I'll give Cassian a try, but that's one I feel like they could have left that alone. I'm good with Obi-Wan, and like I said, man, but look, it's Star Wars, it's Disney. They're gonna give us as much Star Wars as people will watch.
Yes, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you check us out on all the social medias. Instagram, the Third Generation Wrestling Podcast, and Twitter at podcast_third. Email us your suggestions, recommendations, comments, questions, all that good stuff at thirdgenwrestling@gmail.com. Like I said, we're trying to get out stuff in between all the chaos. Yeah. I'm hoping this wave will slow down just a little bit so I can come on here and do this stuff with y'all. I miss doing the videos. I do need the money, but
hey, we both
balance. I need some balance. I mean, I literally all I've been doing is waking up, going to work, come back home, eating, sleeping, waking up, going to work, come back home, eating, sleeping, just repeat. I've done nothing. I bought I know a lot of y'all saw my Resident Evil trailer review. So I bought this Quarry, and I can't get past the prologue because I doze off because I'm so tired.
But there's a prologue to a video game?
So yeah, it kind of like introduce you to some characters, get you used to controls, stuff like that.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, okay, you can't. You can't just. I mean, you could skip it, but it might not make you wouldn't be as effective at the game.
Some games will let you skip it, but this is more of like a cinematic game. Like it has a lot of famous actors in David Arquette.
Okay, yeah, not a good start.
But a lot of the faces from horror movies. The lady from what's that horror series? Justin Lin directed. I think it was Justin Lin. Not Justin Lin.
James Wan?
James Wan.
What, The Conjuring or the
not The Conjuring, but the other one he did.
Saw?
Not Saw, there's another one. Insidious.
Oh, okay.
The lady from Insidious, she's in here. Like I said, David Arquette. There's a bunch of other actors. The guy from Jurassic World.
Chris Pratt?
Justice. The light-skinned guy from the second one that was screaming all the time. He's in this.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they're not A-list actors, but they're.
But still, hey, no, I get you. I get you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I heard a lot of good things.
Okay.
So, and it's a horror game. Me and the wife were trying to play. She likes horror, so.
The wife plays video games too?
I mean, something like, yeah. She's like,
cool.
she's mainly like old school games, Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
But when I sent her the trailer for this, and she was interested. So.
Okay. Well, man, that's good. I mean, a lot of men have trouble because the wives be like, "Look, you play that game entirely too much. Can I get some attention here?" But obviously, you don't have to worry about that.
Oh no, to me, that's the best way to balance it out. Okay,
Right.
Well, come play it with me then.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Thanks for watching again, and take care, everybody. Ambassador, send us home.
Oh, hey, y'all know. I almost forget. I'm almost forgetting how to say this now because we don't do these.
I know it's been so long.
But I know, yeah, man. But I know I said something like, "We love y'all. We appreciate y'all seriously." And hey, tell your friends about it. Watch us because hey, if we can start making money off of this podcast, we don't have to put in so many hours of work, and we can get you more content. So there you go.
More content, yeah. I have big dreams with this. This is not just something I'm doing, not even just for the money, but it's just, let's just say I have big dreams with this. I don't want to put too much out there in the universe, but I do have a end game and a goal with all of this.
Hey man, we enjoy doing this. We wish we could do it more, but life gets busy. But man, we love doing this.
Oh yeah, it's an escape.
Yeah,
it's an escape. So catch y'all next time. And enjoy your week. Peace.